Hi guys! In this video you'll see how the actors of the movies The Terminator 1984 and Terminator 2 Judgment Day 1991 have changed. You'll know their real names and age. I will show you how they look then and what's with them now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Kyle Reese was part of the resistance tasked with protecting Sarah Connor. He knows how to camouflage well, has good maneuverability and shows resourcefulness even in extreme conditions. Able to persevere for the sake of good goals. Played by Michael Biehn. Sarah Connor, Linda Hamilton, was an unremarkable girl until she became the main target of the machine from the future. She knows how to be assertive and, as a rule, doesn't fall into hysterics in difficult situations. Sarah is not devoid of humanity and empathy. Traxler is one of Vukovich's colleagues with whom she usually works in tandem. He's active, not inclined to put things off, and is accustomed to performing his work duties with clarity. Played by Paul Winfield, who died of a heart attack in 2004. Vukovich works in the same police unit with Traxler, with whom he also maintains a good relationship. He knows how to reason logically and doesn't like outsiders who prevent him from calmly engaging in working moments. The role is played by Lance Henriksen. Matt, Rick Rossovich, experienced a mutual romantic attraction to Ginger, with whom he often likes to openly flirt on the phone but without strangers. He has a quite adequate position in life, is distinguished by friendliness and soberly reacts to danger. Ginger maintains a good friendship with Sarah, with whom she also shares an apartment and is also romantically involved with Matt. She is an active girl with a good taste in music, who is not lazy to spend time taking care of herself, played by Bess Motte. Silberman often crosses paths with Traxler in his line of work. He is used to instilling peace of mind and building trust with people, although he is always only interested in his own benefit. Played by Earl Boen, who passed away in 2023 from lung cancer. Pawn shop clerk is a Los Angeles resident who is involved in the legal arms trade. He is confident, outgoing and likes to constantly learn something new, especially in the field of weapons. Played by Dick Miller, who died of a heart attack in 2019. Nancy works in the service industry and was also one of Sarah Connor's colleagues. She knows how to interact with people, but rarely makes close friendship with them. Differs in curiosity and knows how to show attention to detail. Played by Sean Sheps. Future Terminator is part of Skynet, which has been programmed to hunt down the remaining humans. He has inhuman strength, endurance, and is also distinguished by extreme attentiveness. Played by Franco Colombo, who died in 2019 of a heart attack. Punk leader prefers to hang out with his gang in which he feels most confident. He has a rude nature, likes to make fun of others and not always in a harmless way. He can behave lightheartedly, played by Bill Paxton, who died of a stroke in 2017. Punk doesn't follow the rules of morality much, and out of boredom he may well begin to bully others. It's characterized by self-confidence and permissiveness, but only until a stronger and more ruthless adversary comes along. He was played by Brian Thompson. Ron Sarah is a California resident who led a measured life and raised 2 children until the Terminator killed her by mistake. She doesn't differ in speed of reaction, maybe vary, but at times she forgets about it. Played by Marianne Miller-Lyle. Farah was part of the same squad as Kyle Reese and also was at the Resistance. She is characterized by responsibility, attention to detail, and began to learn explosives at a fairly early age in order to assist her team. The role was performed by Robin Antin. The Terminator kept John safe from the T-1000 machine. He is a clear-cut machine programmed to accomplish his mission at all costs. He is extremely resilient and has been able to adopt some of the human habits. The role was played by Arnold Schwarzenegger. T-1000 is Skynet's latest development and surpasses the Terminator in many ways. He is not devoid of resourcefulness, cunning and extremely cruel. It doesn't matter to him how many people he kills to destroy the Connors family. Played by Robert Patrick. Miles Dyson is Teresa's beloved, with whom she tries to maintain a trusting relationship. He had a technical mindset and implemented his work at Cyberdyne. With a heavy load at work, he tries to devote time to his family. The role is played by Joe Martin. Teresa Dyson is married to Miles, with whom she has 2 children. She's rather mild-mannered, distinguished by understanding, and really shows concern for her family. She tries to be tough in matters of raising children. The role was played by S. Epatha Merkerson. Enrique Salcedo has been a long-time friend of Sarah. He is not used to succumbing to panic, tries to live full life with his family, but at the same time, he doesn't lose vigilance and is ready to fight if something happens. Played by Castillo Guerra. Tim has a close friendship with John, with whom he also shares many common interests. He is not an exemplary boy, sometimes behaves hooligan and tends to succumb to other people's influence. He doesn't always listen to his conscience. Played by Danny Cooksey. Janelle White, Janet Goldstein, is Todd's wife and temporarily took care of John's upbringing. She adheres in an active life position and is able to show and love and care for someone other than herself. Can lose her temper from the hopelessness of the situation. Todd White is the husband of Janelle, with whom he adopted John. He is not an exemplary husband and father, and in most cases rather phlegmatic and lack of initiative. In addition to sports programs, he has a little that interests him. Cigar Biker often likes to visit the Coral, where he feels comfortable among his like-minded friends. He is quite brash and can sometimes behave intemperately, especially to strangers. Played by Robert Winley, who died of brain cancer in 2001. Lloyd is an employee of the bar of the Coral. He corresponds to the local contingent and has a brutal look and disposition. He enjoys a certain respect among bikers and is kind to his property. Played by Pete Schramm, who died in 2003 of a heart attack. Old John Connor actively resists Skynet and is the leader of the human survivors. He is characterized by steadfastness, shows obstinacy, and against all odds tries not to give up and defend the rights of humanity. The role is performed by Michael Edwards. Mossberg works in homicide and was tasked with investigating the murder of John's guardians. Often in his work, he considers it appropriate to use some sneaky methods to get the information he needs. May show some indifference towards others, played by Don Lake. Danny Dyson is the sibling of Bleeth. He is distinguished by cheerfulness and is a rather active child who is difficult to educate. Often violates prohibitions, but in one of these cases, he was able to save his father from death, played by D1 Nixon. Gibbons is an employee of Cyberdyne Systems, where he deals with security issues. He adheres to all instructions, is steadfast, and doesn't make concessions even to acquaintances, played by Abdul Salam El Arazak, who died in 2018 from a heart attack. Burley Attendant is part of the Pescadero State Hospital staff. He has a somewhat powerful physique, but even with it, he is not without maneuverability and, if necessary, is able to catch up with the patient. The role was played by Mark Christopher Lawrence. Girl, Nikki Cox, is quite familiar with John Connor, as she lives in the same area with him, but is not his best friend. She's quite conscientious for her age and can provide assistance to the police when needed. Likes to spend time with friends on the street. Mosher works with Gibbons in the Cyberdyne System building. He holds the position of a security guard and is mainly in the video surveillance room, able to multitask without losing focus and able to act clearly in case of emergencies. John Connor, Edward Furlong, is the only child of Sarah, who was mostly raised in foster care. He has a rebellious nature, seeks to get the bottom of the truth, and is not inclined to obedience. He is not devoid of logic and tries not to commit hasty acts. Yolanda Salceda is the mother of many children and is married to Enrique. She is understanding and knows when to be caring and when to remain silent and not to interfere in her spouse's affairs. Played by Diane Rodriguez, who passed away from cancer in 2020.